Yay, we are
We're
live.
I'm back.
Yay, look who's here in the hot seat. Okay, so we're going to go over here. We'll get you in.
Do you want me to sit in a different seat for now?
No, we can just kind of get settled. We'll wait for
people to join.
Dr. Justin to come.
Wait for them to get fired up a little bit.
What's that?
Yeah, it takes a little time for them to get on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you making me
Let
a?
them know.
Are you making me a coffee too? Here he comes. Welcome everybody. We are just getting started here.
Sure.
We've got Ashley in the hot seat.
My favorite seat in the house.
And we are going to be doing something kind of different and special. We are going to be going over like basically long-term filler results. Like what can you expect? What really happens? You get these injectables. Some people feel like that smells really good.
That's
That's
it.
delicious.
Yeah. That's our ideal face and body coffee.
Bye, Michelle.
Bye. It's our coffee. We make our own coffee too.
What was the one thing that you were saying? It was like the ideal.
Grandma dead in the house.
Farm.
Yeah, what then I said the background. What was it?
Oh, you.
It was
You-
farm.
Yeah, because for
Farms.
people that saw some of my my story, I posted our peach tree
Yeah.
and how like many peaches we have on it. And Ashley's like, oh, it's the Yovino farm, and I'm like, and this is the Yovino fat farm over
Yeah.
here, because he's sucking everyone's fat. I don't know.
It might have
We
been-
harvest some fat around here.
There's a funny bone.
Okay.
Everything's a lot funnier when you hurt yourself.
So we looked at. Oh, you know what I didn't do is I need to get something. You guys should chat. while we
Okay.
look at it.
So, feel free to ask questions. We're just kind of, winging it today. No, sit down special guest, even though Ashley's special. But, so you're welcome to ask some questions. Any, plastic surgery questions, what we do, any skincare. But we're going to talk today about fillers and some of the typical questions that you're thinking or questions that you should ask.
Everyone gets it. Okay, so.
Well, everybody get on it too, it takes some time. It's not
Okay,
like,
but so we printed out some of Ashley's previous injections.
What a
and
thick
dates.
stack of paper you got over there.
It's the Cliff Notes.
So these are her previous injections since being at our office. And you started at 2 different plastic surgery offices. I mean,
Correct. Yes.
Ashley came to us not naive to fillers and things like that. She had been injected already by 2 other
Male surgeons.
okay, 2
Yep.
other male surgeons.
Yeah.
Damn, I kind of said that a little heavy.
And so the first time we did your lips, let's just look at how you used to look like.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm so excited to share this with everyone because we really pride ourselves in taking lots of photos of our patients and tracking their results and everything. And the same is for myself. And wow. Thank you, Dr. Sarah.
Let's maybe get you in there a little. I feel like you're half face.
Yeah.
Alright.
So when Ashley first started with us, and I'll come a little closer so everyone can
Let
see.
everyone get a good look.
So this is what Ashley looked like. She had shorter hair. Hold on,
Damn,
let me
who's
get
that?
Who is she?
Right, who is this girl?
She don't live here no more.
Let me turn you. Ashley, yeah, like
do that?
that. So turn your head a little slightly. Okay, so this was Ashley when she first started.
Wow, that's great.
This is Ashley now, so you guys can see a big difference in her. This was, the date of it is actually
Much better.
June 30th, 2019. June 30th, 2019. So
Much
since-
better 2019.
Yeah.
So since then, but that couldn't have been June 30th. This is July 1st. June 30th. Oh no. Oh, well, okay, whatever. I can't.
So what did you start off with doing?
I'm about to let everybody know.
Oh,
So-
so eager to hear.
So first thing we did is we dissolved the previous
Do you
filler
want me to
that
hold
she
it
had.
up here? Do you want me to hold the picture? If you want.
We're gonna show you some photos? Here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ashley's before. And I'm going to tell you all the things. People can try to guess. If they can guess to see what
It's
she
like
had.
your funeral.
I wasn't. Oh,
Yeah. Everyone's like, you look healthier now. What's crazy is
Damn.
like I don't wear makeup anymore. Like my skin looks better.
It's YovinoMD.
It's YovinoMD. It's all types of things. But let's keep going. Sorry,
Okay.
stop talking.
So Ashley, the first thing she had done was a dissolving of the filler, and then we slowly started filling her up, right?
Dissolve what filler?
She
Where?
had filler from
Yeah, but where in
I
the
think I had-
face?
I think
You
I
know,
had
they might be
sugar.
saying,
Oh,
dissolve,
yeah.
but what does that mean? Like,
Okay,
where in the
Thank
face?
you.
the first thing we did was dissolve her lip filler because it was like a little bit
Chunky or something.
outside of the lines.
Yeah.
Let's say that. And we did that, and then we filled her with a very soft filler. That was the first thing, and she's like, "I really like them juicier."
Mm-hmm.
So then, about 3 months after that, that was Dysport. So we've done toxin too, like to kind of smooth out all the fine lines and stuff like that. Then, it's a photo. Hold on, give me a minute.
So what did you use to dissolve the filler?
You know.
Well, I know, but you know, we think about these things all the time, but you know, patients don't know, and you know, what is it? Like, is it?
It's all the best. I agree.
So we inject with hyaluronidase. That is it's naturally occurring enzyme that's in your body, and it cleaves your normal hyaluronic acid. So we put that in. Dermal fillers that we've used are hyaluronic acid based, and this goes and cleaves them and dissolves them in your body. You know, picks them up from their location and excretes them. So we use that, but if I had used or someone had used a filler that was not hyaluronic acid based, there really isn't. There are certain fillers that are not dissolvable. So,
But it's not very common, and so although it is a thing, it's not something that we really run into that much anymore, unless you've had, you know, like silicone injected or Radiesse injected in the lips or Sculptra, right? You know, like. These things are typically not injected in the lips, but if someone did it and then you're wanting to get it reversed, it would be important to know that that's there because the reversal agent doesn't work on those. But that's not the most common.
so then in December of 2019, well, in November we went to the American Influencers Award Show.
See? Sorry, there's that reflection.
And so
from
let
the
me
ring
kind
light.
of show you guys. So we went to. Can you give me one of these?
You took?
Yep. So, for those of you that know about the AIA Awards, the American Influencers
Jose.
Award Show, we went there and this photo, hold on, this photo was taken at the American Influencers Award Show in one of their booths. And you can see this area of her face right here, which is called the temples. It was very prominent, you could see it. So we injected filler right here in the temples on her, and that was December 2019. So let's look at you now. So this is, we're about a year and a half later, and she still doesn't look as,
You want me to get closer?
yeah, sure. Or just like, yeah. So you still are looking like you have some fill in that. That was it was a year and a half ago.
Wow. I guess we could do this. Or it's
Yeah.
like-
So it's been a year and a half since you injected that area?
Yeah,
Wow.
December 3rd, day after
So-
my birthday.
That's nice. You know, people ask, so how long does it last, right? So every area is different.
Right. So it was with a filler that was supposed to last about 6 to 9 months. And in her, a year and a half later, she still shows signs of improvement. So, on areas that don't move, that don't have high movement, such as the nose, the temples, the fillers tend to last longer than in the lips or in the smile lines or the marionette folds.
Yeah.
You wanna
I
add?
agree.
Yeah.
So frequently what we tell our surgery patients is that, you know, after you have your precision sculpt and things like that, patients are always like, well, what if I gain weight or this, that, and the other? The answer that Dr. Justin says is you're always going to be an improved version of what you had. Is it like that with filler? I was thinking about that last night. Like, is it always, will my temples forever, unless it's like years from now, but here we are, is it always going to be an improved version?
In some cases, yes, because you do build some, additional tissue, scar tissue or whatever around the area. So yes, it may be, but like this is, you really had prominence of this bone here, and you don't really anymore. The temporal ridge.
Yep. Wow.
You want to be technical.
But you can see it. You can see that ridge. And I always say it's a skeletal look, right? And as you get older, you lose volume in your face, and you start to show the underlying skull, right? And so as you can see more skull changes, especially around the eyes, it looks more aged. And so we're trying to get away from that.
So after we dissolved her lips, July of 2019, and re-injected them, I also injected her in the lips in December of 2019. So in the lips, it didn't last very long. It lasted like 5 months, and she felt like she needed more filler in her lips. And then 6 months later, she wanted more filler, and this was June 2020. She wanted more filler. So because the first 2 fillers was made with a very soft filler, and she's like, no, I like them plumpier, we went with a filler that was a little more robust that time around, and that was June 2020. And we also injected a little bit around the smile lines and, in the marionette folds down here. So then that was June 2020, and then now here we are, September 2020. COVID was a bad year for everybody. But then we injected her with a longer lasting filler here in her malar area on both sides. And I did her lips again. So she had 1 syringe, girl, like 3 months after I did those. So we did it here, and then we did it again. And that was the last time I injected your lips. That was September 2020, right?
So almost a year ago.
September 2020.
September
with
2020.
the longer lasting filler, and it's definitely held up.
So
let's show everybody.
Roll the footage.
And how much, someone might be wondering, okay, so you got injected 3 times, I don't know how many times, you said at least 3 times. Like, is it a full syringe each time?
Yep, and this is, you want to show your before?
Yep.
So this is her lips from the first time I saw her until now. That was today, the after's today. We took photos. So you've had your lips injected, I think 4 times. Yeah, 4 times. 2 refine, define, and then RHA. Yeah.
Dr. Justin. Someone asked, how do you feel about the lip flip?
We love the lip flip.
Love the lip flip.
Love the lip flip. Especially seeing right now, she still has a lot of fullness to her lips. I mean, as you can see here in this after photo, she has a lot of fullness still in her lips. She might not want more filler right now. She definitely, a full syringe is really gonna...
How long has it been since?
September 2020. It's been a long time since I did her lips.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Time is flying.
Right.
Right. So, if somebody is kind of in that in-between state of you don't really need a full syringe, you don't even need a half syringe, really. And then what are your options? A lip flip's a great option for the upper lip to have a little bit more show. It will give you about 3 millimeters of a change, which is enough, to make a difference.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. In the scheme, of
Right.
facial stuff.
So let's show you, okay, so since the time that Ashley started working for us, till now, all those things that I just listed, let me show you. So let's kind of review again.
All of them.
This was Ashley when she first started.
Who is she?
I know.
Who is she?
And then look. Can you guys, you guys see that?
Wow.
Look at that. Look at what a difference that has made with those procedures. Especially, let's kind of review what we've done. I did some temple filler here. I know. Temple filler. I injected her here in the cheek. you know what? I forgot.
What?
I injected you down your chin because I asked you. I'm like, did I inject your chin? So
You know, you look more gaunt
Right.
than that
Right.
before.
Right.
And I wouldn't have thought of you as gaunt in the before, like when you first came here.
Right.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have hired you.
Right.
for real.
But no, like in comparison now, right? You look
Healthy.
healthier.
Healthier.
Right? And just,
Yeah, so
like,
I injected a little bit here too. And like, where am I? Yeah, right there. And then you can see how that's improved. And then I injected her smile lines when she needed it. And right here, the marionette folds. Obviously, the lips have been done. And I didn't do any under eye filler. I only did filler right here in the malar area. And it really helped improve your under eye too, because you were saying that you always got under eye filler. And since you started working for us, we haven't done under eye filler.
Yeah, I am really happy with the decision.
Like, look how much healthier she looks.
Yeah.
It's like unbelievable.
So when you fill this zone, it does give some support to the whole lower lid. It's not the same in everybody, but you know, as you take away this kind of droopiness and it fills and it's more supported, you're taking off that pull on the lower eyelid, so you can potentially get some.
So here's another
that may be what we're
angle.
seeing.
Here's another angle of it. You can see definitely here
she looks
too.
lost.
She looks what?
I said she looks lost.
But you can see what a difference, you know, strategic filler has made. And she doesn't look overdone. You know, a little filler here, filler here, filler in these labial folds. What?
This is Ohio to California.
Yeah. This is Beverly Hills. This is Ohio. So yeah, what a difference. And you know, younger. Younger looking.
100%.
And then this was the straight on shot. The front is this one's a nice shot of you in the front though. This one.
Yeah.
But this is the front and then now. But this doesn't show what the side view profiles do.
Right,
you know?
right. And also too,
It's more just kind of 2D, you know. It's more 3D when you turn to the side.
So I think of all areas, your temple has held up the most because you're still not. You still don't see the light shadow on your temples. Oh.
Can't see you, but.
So, of all the places that we've injected her, definitely the temples is still held up really nicely. And that's with the same filler that I injected her lips for, that a few months after that, she wanted more filler. So it depends where you inject it. I mean, if I've had patients that I've done their, liquid rhino and 3 years later, they still have an improvement. Is it exactly the same as when I first did it? Well, no, but it's still an improvement. And Ashley is feeling now that in this area, it has gone down a little bit. It has since the time that I injected her, but she's nowhere near that initial photo. Like, let's go back to that.
So someone says
Sad.
they want their temples filled.
Mm-hmm.
How many syringes are they looking at?
Well, it depends. If you're like this, like
one of our patient calls it a peanut head.
if you're if you're like that, you need a full syringe per side. If you're like she is now, one syringe split is plenty. So
it's kind of like you can maintain it after that initial fill.
And she might, maybe, even take the one syringe and put only 0.2 and have 0.6 left over for another area of the face. So, it's just like maintenance at that point. Mm-hmm. You got to get to where you want to be, and then you just maintain with, far less to keep you, looking like you're not aging.
And do you have to put it throughout the whole temple, or are you strategically placing it in certain areas?
So I take, there's the ridge right here, and then, your zygomatic arch, and in this area, at the deepest part, I kind of do a bolus right there. Mm-hmm. It depends. It depends on, but I try to smooth that transition because I don't want it to be, the ridge to show, and then you have this big old bump, and then, it's gotta transition nicely. I go very deep. So it does gobble a lot of filler up, but then it gives you a much more natural result because you have all this soft tissue above it cushioning it. It's kind of like breast implants that are right under the skin versus under the muscle. They look more natural under the muscle because they have everything else protecting it and making it look like it's more natural. Similar to that, but.
All right, that's a good one. I like that.
You do?
Yeah, I like that. The surgeon.
So that is that Ashley does feel like she's a little bit
Wah, wah.
Needing a little top up. It has been. When did I do your temples again? Let me look.
December 2019.
Okay, someone remembers. Of all these, like, which day was it? Let me look. So it's been
Day after your birthday.
Oh yeah. So December, yeah, you're right. And I didn't have, you were on your left side a little bit more, needed more filler than on this side. So we didn't split the syringes evenly, like 1 cc and 1 cc. I did 1.3 on this side and 0.7 there.
And that seems to be pretty common with people's bodies. We see it a lot with our surgery patients, non-surgical patients. People seem to have discrepancies when it comes to...
Do you sleep on your left side?
Yes.
Okay, so that's
Good answer.
one reason why. That's one reason why you would have more wasting on one side.
Right.
Also, the sun is very damaging, and most people in general have more wasting on the left side because when they're driving, coming through the window, you still get your UVA rays that are causing damage to that side. So just be conscious when you're driving.
Yeah, the differences are called asymmetries, right? So
Asymmetries, yeah.
left and right side's always different. It is in everybody, and it's important to pick those up. And so we do a lot of staring at
Well,
you
actually,
when you come in.
they're saying
so
Bella
looking-
Hadid is one of the most beautiful women in the world because she's got full symmetry and all this other stuff.
But she's not real, all right? No. No, I'm just kidding. I meant like,
Who is
she's like a
these days?
robot.
Or like, Kim Kardashian's face is very symmetrical, or Jessica, I think Jessica Alba might be one too.
Yeah, I mean, listen, symmetry is what we're shooting for, and that's what we're talking about, putting more in one side than the other side. But you first have to pick it up, to really be able to treat it. And so that's why the photos are very important. That's why taking your time and really looking at the patient, talking to the patient, not just coming in and boom, boom, you're a number and getting it done. You got to really evaluate.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and start treating her. I'm going to put a little bit of...
What are you guys doing?
We're going to do temp fillers.
Oh, nice.
We're just going to do a little top up because, we got it,
Yeah, and then I'll get my Botox.
And then not only that, but we got two
See
things.
you in the house.
I really want to... So good. I've been waiting to announce who the winner of my lip filler giveaway. So actually the winner just joined the live, or at least we can see her name. And the winner is Orocio _
Winner.
Is the winner of the lip filler giveaway. I was going to announce that.
Rocio.
And so she won, girl. So get in touch with us. We know you're
Slide
watching.
into those DMs.
So that's one, but I
So
thought...
what she win the lip filler, right?
Mhm.
So you know that?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm going to do lip filler for her. But I thought, you know what?
You won, Rocio.
I'm going to be... Yep, you did. You won. Congratulations.
Yep.
Awesome.
But I was thinking, you know what? I'm feeling like generous.
Ooh.
So here's
What are you doing
the other.
now?
I'm going to turn this for a second. And I've got this right here.
Oh.
So, whoever can guess how many vials, and these are vials of Botox and Dysport, and so the neurotoxins, whoever can guess how many are in here without going over, this is like the Price is Right, the closest without going over will win lip filler from me as well. So that is for this, but you have to, hold on, Ashley's gonna correct what I'm saying.
So go to Dr. Sarah's most recent post on her Instagram page.
Which I think is, what was it, the lips or what was it?
You're injecting. It's a
Oh yeah,
picture of
I'm
you
injecting someone with Botox,
Yep.
okay? So go to that post, but don't come off the live, but don't, after we're done,
Yeah.
and you've got all night to say how much is in here, but just comment the number there because your numbers here on this live will
Go away so we won't see.
right, so we won't be able to see.
So
So
tell them the instructions again.
the instructions are go to my most recent post on my feed, which is me injecting Botox.
Okay.
Guess how many Botox vials are in this container, and you will win a free lip augmentation with me.
Yep. So
I'm gonna clarify.
One more time for the people in the back. Go to Dr. Sarah's Instagram page.
Which one? Oh, this one? Sarah?
Yeah. Oh wait, there's a new one. Who posted that one? The one after that. That's not what we were.
All right.
Okay, so I meant this one.
Boom. All right. This
I meant this one. Go to that post or the other one. I'll look at both.
No,
Go to that one.
Yeah, make it nice. Go to this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Just go there.
Comment how many vials you think are in there, and you have a chance of winning.
You just don't go over, but just if you
Yep.
come close, and I will be giving that away. So this was a little sneaky giveaway.
So close up, right?
Yeah.
See, so you get an idea.
Turn it
How much
around,
is in
full
there.
circle.
All right. All right.
You want to do full circle? Yep.
Very good.
Wow.
There's nothing else but vials in here. So, and we have vials that are basically 3 different sizes. Oh, 4, because I forgot we've got a Jeuveau in there too. So we got Botox, Dysport, Jeuveau. And so we're giving that away as well. So Ashley, it is time, girl.
Yay.
You know, I gotta give a little shout out
To
YovinoMD.
Oh yeah.
Because also looking at these before and afters have been great, a great reminder of what skincare can do.
So talk about your regimen, like, because people are like, oh sure, you guys got a million things. Like,
Yeah.
what do you do?
So I use our Ideal enzyme cleanser. I use our Ideal pH toner, which I really, really liked. Once the cleansing and toning is done, big fan of filler in a bottle over here. And then I also, yep, that's great, use our growth factor, our Bye Bye Bags retinol based eye cream, and Technic,
Okay, and
Yeah.
you do that all like in the morning,
morning and night.
and it takes you how long?
There's makeup on that.
And so
Not
that's
a
what
lot.
I do. Not a lot. Just a little under eye concealer because someone was up late last night.
Do you want me to put some topical?
I don't think it makes a difference.
Yeah.
So,
I think with topicals it's okay.
Where's the ice?
Oh yeah, it's in there. Top drawer. Give me top drawer.
Yeah, I get
You know what I'm saying, boo?
you. You want to use the bigger one?
Sure.
So if you guys have questions, we're happy to answer. It's been a great summer so far here at Idea. You got to cool it down. Cool it down.
So I'm gonna just turn you to the side before you ice. So right here is kind of where the depression starts, and it goes to about here. So it's all in this area. If you guys can see, and then I'm gonna do like here, and I'm gonna go probably like there, and probably like right there. So you can just ice that whole area.
Okay.
I'm gonna come here with my glasses.
Live on mine.
Sounds like there's a
It'll be a-
Lamborghini down there revving it.
You know.
It's waiting for me. No, I'm
It
just
is.
kidding.
Someone's making a lot of noise. Okay, so I'm gonna
Can I
turn.
get filler the same day as Precision Sculpt? Great question.
Of course you do.
Hopefully
Of course
we don't
you
get
can.
feedback here. You never know, right? Like, it might be, I'm doing live on mine and you're live on yours. So
Oh, okay.
in
What are you
case-
doing?
Can I get filler the same day as
I'm
Precision?
hijacking.
Yes, you can.
So,
It depends on where. Sorry.
yeah, no, it's alright.
So you got some vein. Listen,
Here, I'll
I don't
get-
know if you guys can make this out, but she's got some vessels over here that I'm going to try to avoid. But you know, chance of bruising here is high, and I see you got a little level.
So, we're dueling the live here. This phone is on her IG, on yours, right? So,
we can get a
Sarah, you know,
little bit.
Oh,
and
it's
so
this.
we've been on live there for the last 30 minutes. So
You can kind of see the
if you're
shadow a little bit.
not on that one, go over there. So not to hold this
See
the
that?
whole time, but I just want to let everybody
My
know
eyebrows
that
are growing
you
out
can
right
see the
now.
shadow like a little bit.
dot Yovino dot MD.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So go check it out. We're doing some temporal fillers. We were just talking about her history of fillers in this area, which she came a little depleted, and then we've been putting volume. Dr. Sarah's been putting volume in there, and it's been over a year now, right?
Year and a half.
A year and a half.
Yeah, year and a
So
half.
it's time for a little refresher, and she's gonna get
A little juice.
fill in that area.
Yep, Jasmine's in the house.
Hey,
Gary.
Jasmine.
Hey,
Gary Bailey?
No,
Oh,
it's a different Gary. There's no.
hey, Gary.
So one of Sarah's besties is named Gary. So if I say Gary, that boom, that pops in her head like that.
Okay, so I think I know who you're talking. Gary M.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, she knows you, Gary.
I know Gary M. Hi, Gary M. I'm not gonna say. I know your last name. I'm just,
Well, he's got it on there, but anyway.
Oh.
Yeah. It actually doesn't have Gary on there. It just is cheap. Anyway, he's cool.
Can you see? I don't think you can see from this angle. Maybe I'll move the thing around. Or you
Yes.
want to come to this side, Dr. Justin? Over here, so you can. You're like thrown up.
Only at
midnight.
midnight.
Get out of here. I don't know if they Yeah. Okay, so you're going to see how this inflates. I'm going to just kind of get my little marks on.
Let me just flip her around. See if this works a little bit
I'm
better.
going to shake, 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 shake. Go all the way down. Some people like to aspirate. I think if you're against the bone, doesn't matter.
Honestly, I think.
I'm sorry.
Oh, so Gary says I'm the new bestie.
Mhm.
I think with the injectables, you mentioned the aspiration. I think it's talked about. It's really hard to aspirate with that syringe. It's just
Cold.
you just can't pull back, and then you get an air bubble in it. It doesn't flow right. I think the main thing is being real steady and injecting slow. And obviously, if there's like a ton of pain in one spot, you stop because there's usually a little nerve and a little vessel in that area, and you back away from it. So you just gotta be real gentle.
So you guys can see just
She is.
with those 2 injections, what a difference. Can you guys make that out? What a difference that
Get a
has
little
made?
bit closer. Hey.
Hey. I'm a little fuzzy. Let me clean up the.
I feel like I need to go a little higher.
I'm doing the wrong one. Yeah, let me clean that. There we go. Someone's asking, why do people get buffalo humps? Well, I mean, the same reason people get like a love handle, or a saddlebag. In general, it's just a unfortunate event of having fat in a real noticeable place. And so what I find is the majority of patients have nothing wrong with them. They just have an excess amount of fat in that central area. And of course, it really sticks out, and even the smallest one is very bothersome. Now, buffalo humps have been described associated with disease states, with Cushing's disease. It's hormonal issues, drugs
What's he
like
talking about?
HIV medications. But I find that's not
So we're
very
doing
common.
temple
And
fixing.
still, the treatment is.
We're doing temple fillers over here. He's talking about buffalo humps. We're doing
somebody
temple
asked, And someone said, what is this for? Well, so she's doing fillers of the temples, right? So she's a little in. She's been filled there before over a year and a half or so ago. So she's getting a touch up. And essentially, as we age, it tends to get a little sunken in the temples, a little pinched there, and it looks more aged. And so we're reversing the signs of aging.
Well, I wouldn't say pinch. It's more like concave. You get this concavity here. And
Tomato. Jesus.
You look like a peanut.
Yeah. It's
That's
peanut
you.
head. You get peanut head.
Man, he's like bully.
You okay?
Yeah.
Not like in your brain. Okay.
I don't think so.
All the fillers coming out your nose.
So you can see how it's smoothing this area out really
Wow.
nicely and naturally. I've injected deep, so she has all the tissue overlying it, covering that. And it's just a very, very nice transition from, her, just this whole temporal area.
Yeah, so people are asking, is she getting Botox or fillers? She's getting
This is filler.
filler. Right, this
Let
is
me look to see what's
volume
like.
enhancement. So fillers add volume. Botox stops muscle from moving. So they have 2 different mechanisms, 2 different results. So that's why both are usually used, right? So wrinkles, for the most part,
especially the frown lines, are because that muscle is moving and really scrunching the tissue and causing a wrinkle. Depressions in certain tissue are due to lack of volume. So putting fillers in there adds volume, and she's getting fillers in the temple right now.
Are you getting ice headache or something? No. No? Okay, good. Okay, so this is all done.
I'm completely comfortable.
And they're asking, is the buffalo hump from bad posture? No, I don't find that to be the case at all.
That's kyphosis.
It's commonly looked at as bad posture because that hump in that area looks as if the neck is pushed forward, and it looks like you have bad posture.
So what I could do, hold on, I'm trying to talk softly because you're going to talk.
What I find is we remove the fat pad, and voila, it looks like they got great posture, but it's just a rebalancing of the area. And now go ahead.
Well, what I was thinking we could do is I could lower her and take a quick set of after photos and then compare it so everyone can see really live what the difference this one did, from today's photos.
Yeah, if you want. You're not going to come off that, are you?
No, I got that back up.
Okay, so why are you telling me?
Well,
here we go.
You're like,
you do what you got to do.
In my
They said, do you have
photos.
to do this,
Photos are very important.
Often? We were just talking about that for a while before I switched onto this account, so we're talking about another one. But no, so the last time she had this done in this area was a year and a half ago.
Sure
and
was.
so it's really maintained quite well, and it's not all gone. It's just now we're just getting a little booster. So it depends on the areas that are being injected.
I'm going to turn this so we can see Ashley
She's gonna
sitting
take
there
some
getting her
after
afters.
Which are really important. So we always do before and after photos, and we really try to show them to the patients, and it's really how we evaluate. And
But I do like taking the afters on my phone because it has a better camera, but I'll do it from here for people to see.
All of our patients, we are super diligent about all of our photos.
I don't know. We have some people coming in for a consultation tomorrow.
Yay.
Another one is saying, I have a consultation tomorrow. Can I get fillers tomorrow?
Sure
So,
can.
No,
but,
no,
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
well, it depends on what
right.
time the consultation is, right? What time's your consultation?
Oh.
Constance? Is the consultation with Dr. Sarah? Either way, it doesn't matter, but I want to see what
I
time
have a
you're coming in.
Zoom.
Good posture.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have a buffalo hump because she's got
And so we're saying, again, do you have to do this often? Again, it depends on the area that's being done. Lips, those can last 6 months to a year, sometimes longer, sometimes a little shorter. Sometimes, patients, when they're initially getting their lips done, get them done, come back within, 3 to 6 months, get a little bit more to get them up to speed to where they want to be. And then, if they're getting a non-surgical rhinoplasty, that may last a good
It's pretty cool because you
year
can see.
or more. Oh, look at that. Lining up and everything. I like that.
Okay, then that way.
So, Dr. Sarah's taking photos to do analysis. You're using, that's, yeah, no,
Program, and then this way.
You got a program for
There's
that?
a program.
That's nice. I like that.
And what's great about it is I can even do
So she has a consultation tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Awesome.
So, okay.
Looking
So
forward to
this shouldn't be
seeing
a problem, right? Because you should be here, right, Sarah?
no, because tomorrow I've got to go to the airport.
Yeah, but that's in the afternoon. Yeah, so it should be fine. We'll work on that. Gary says, great job as usual. Thank you, Gary.
Okay, so we're gonna look at her before and afters. So what am I doing?
So what we're doing here, just if you just joined us, Ashley, just got some temple filler. She's had it done before over a year and a half ago, still maintaining some volume, but it has decreased a bit over that time, and so she's getting a little booster, and we've just kind of been talking about it. We used a hyaluronic acid filler. What did you use today? An RHA, or what did you use?
You can see the difference in the quality of my camera that I took earlier and this iPad. It's just a little grainier, but say it again. What was the question?
How's the filler that you used?
It was a hyaluronic acid based filler.
Oh, wow.
So you can see this one doesn't show it. Hold on, let me find
So
it.
when will you guys do a jawline contour demonstration?
Who's asking? Because I need one. I need to take a video of that. So
Well,
if I don't have, but demonstration.
Lexi Sabrina's asking.
No. Okay.
Hi, Lexi.
Does she want to be the patient?
Well,
That's
I mean, who's gonna say no to
Yeah,
that?
for real.
Okay, let's see here. Let me see. Compare. You can kind of see there's a little more shadowing in this one.
Oh, so someone was asking, let's see, what's the best age to get this done? Well,
So you can kind of see here, you can see a little bit of a shadow, how it gets a little darker right in here. I don't know if you can
Can you
appreciate
see on
that.
yours? Mine's a little bit far away, so
Can you see here?
Kinda.
So you can see a little shadowing here, which means there's a depression in here. And we just injected a little bit more in this area to smooth out that transition. So this is her, like, the last time she had her temples injected was a year and a half ago. So today was just like a half syringe per side as a little bit of a boost to smooth it out. You didn't need a full fill, you know, and it looks good. Like I wouldn't put more in at this point. But here you can see it a little bit better, and then let's see if
So she's just analyzing her temporal fillers that she just placed, making sure that she hit the happy place. And so what's the best age to get it done? Well, that's
it really depends on the person. I mean, there's some people, I mean, I've had...
There's really no age thing. I mean, obviously you gotta be 18 and older. But, you know, whenever you've got some changes that you don't like and you feel like you could have some improvement, or if it's age-related stuff that's, you know, hey, I used to look like this, but now I look like this, and I want to go back. Well, these are all times to at least consider it. And you come in and we talk to you and find out what's best.
Wow.
I have injected patients younger than 18, but they come accompanied with their parent. So it depends on the person and the reason and
It's
why.
usually lips, right?
It's lips, yeah.
Lips. Now, they're not coming in typically for temples because, you know, they usually have the volume.
But they're not asking, they're saying in general filler, right? Or just this particular.
But, just
You know, so
to
Ashley
clarify.
being, you know, Ashley's young.
36.
Right, but you were
I was
35 when
yeah.
we did it.
You used to be 34.
Yeah. And then, so you needed it, which is surprising because some people don't have, but I think it's because you're in really good shape, you diet, you exercise a lot.
Right.
You know, people who are thin and don't have a lot of subcutaneous, my bad. People who are very thin and don't have a lot of subcutaneous fat need or don't have a lot of subcutaneous fat, need that space kind of filled sometimes. So you want to script that in. Need the space filled.
Don't worry about me. I think it's good. I'm getting a different.
Like, you want to show your face and we can talk about what our plan with you is? Maybe we can have Dr. Justin as one of the patients on the next live where we're doing demos. Here, come over here, sit here so I can talk about you.
Here, you sit.
Okay. So with Dr. Justin, let's bring it a little closer. Look at that handsome face. So handsome. Dreamy. But, you know, but you have a little, you know, these resting lines here, and he's got a little wasting in this area on his face. We don't want to feminize his face. We definitely want to keep it more masculine looking. But when you talk about his face, it's really in this area and around the eyes. So he needs a little more volume here in the mid-face. And that would help the appearance under his eyes.
Yeah, so ticklish.
You know, that's really...
Be a bad patient. I definitely am starting to lose a lot of volume in here. I'm sinking in, and so it's giving me a flattening here. And so the place to put volume in my face is right here, not out here, which would feminize my face, but do it in this central mid-face area. So giving a little volume here.
Because why do you think you're losing volume there? Because as we age, this
we
bone
lose,
regresses.
The
it goes
bone and the soft
down,
tissue, everything's
and the
thinning
soft
out.
tissue and the fat pads.
So is my brain.
So that's where we would do it on him. And we were thinking to do not a filler that might bulk his face up too much, but do something that would stimulate his own body to produce new collagen in that area. And so we've talked about doing sculpture on him. So we'll probably have a behind the beauty with that, showing how we inject his face and where we inject it, and how to strategically inject a male face versus a female face.
Yeah, so the Sculptra, I like, and I'm signing up for the Sculptra because it builds collagen. It takes a little while to get there because you inject it and then your body builds collagen, and it's kind of a project, and I'm okay with that. I don't need instantaneous gratification. I'd rather build and use my own tissue for that, and it also lasts longer. So it lasts somewhere between 2 and 5 years. So that's a good option for
And it's
patients
typically done in a series of 3.
right? Yeah. So it's not just one injection. You got to come back 4 to 6 weeks later, get another injection, and then you start to see like how it's responding. And so sometimes there's a third injection. It just depends on what my goal is and what looks the best.
So let me see if there's
And
any
how I'm
men in
responding.
this thing. But yeah, so we've got this. I love showing this to.
You have some sculpture. You have a male before and after that.
Yeah, it's on my Instagram. But just so for people that are looking right now, I love this sculpture book, and I love showing this because if someone starts like that, and she's about 50, so with sculpture, it's a vial per decade of life. So when you start it like this and you get injected 3 times, then it's like that after the first 2 vials, that after the second 2 vials, and then you end up like this with the last one. So, that is a much more natural result than what she started with, which was right here. So this is a great book that kind of shows you how natural, and she doesn't look overfilled and she doesn't look puffy, which is what I love about Sculptra. So that's one, but there's tons of photos.
Why doesn't everybody do sculpture then, huh? I'm setting you up.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Some people don't need a pan, facial rejuvenation. They might need just one area.
Yeah, but I also...
And also, people want an instantaneous result. I mean, we're in the United States, and people want instant results. They want to, walk out looking refreshed, and they don't care how long it lasts. So, for patients that are definitely want a more natural result, that are really, time is not of the essence. They'd rather it last 5 years. Sculpture's a great alternative.
Yeah, it's
Deborah
just more,
Jen joined. Hi,
it's
Deborah
just
Jen.
more of a project compared to coming in and getting an HA, and then you're good to go for a while. But it's different because it doesn't last as long, although it lasts long enough to enjoy it for a while.
What, the HA? The HAs are getting, which is hyaluronic acid. It's our short, but they're lasting longer and longer, and there are some that last really 2 to more than 2 years.
Yeah, in certain areas, right?
Yeah.
Especially the nose, the temple, like we're talking about.
But even
Jawline,
Ashley's
right?
lips are still super full, and we injected them last September. So she's almost at the year mark, and she's looking great. Hey, Deborah Jen. Jose's saying, I don't, so I want natural. I guess I will stay with the power of 3 sessions. Yeah, definitely, Jose. I mean, and you've got nice fill of your face. I mean, this is for people that are overworked, and he's not overworked.
Oh,
yeah.
You gotta retract on that.
Let me take that back. Get in the back and do
Write that
surgery.
down.
What else? Look at this little love handle.
She's grabbing my fat.
I could Kybella that.
No, you.
So that's kind of it. I mean, any last minute questions? I think we got it all.
All right, so remember, you're gonna guess the amount.
Oh yeah.
Let me bring it on over again.
So we
People that
did.
came on late.
We announced our winner. We announced the winner of the free lip filler, which is Rocio _ So she's our winner of the lip filler giveaway. But then I was feeling very generous, so I said for the people that are watching and tuning into this live, if you can guess how many vials are in this, and we'll get this really close. This is Botox, and all these different vials.
how many are in there, and
The
don't go
closest
over.
guess without going over. You need to post your answer. You need to post your answer on the latest post where I'm injecting Botox on my Instagram. I think it's like...
So you have to go to
Well, they're watching me right now.
dr.sarah.yovino and go to her second to last post, which is her injecting Botox, and you're going to put the number that you think it is on there, okay? Because we're going to go check. And you
The
can
closest
win.
without going over.
And you're going to win what?
A free lip balm.
Sweet.
Yeah, so it's going to be the second giveaway today. We have D. Lynch saying, great show. Ashley looks so beautiful. Great artistry, Dr. Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I second that.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
You're supposed to say, I look beautiful too. Look, who's defending his mommy. Yeah. D. Lynch is Justin's mother, for those of you that don't know. Hi, you guys who just joined. We just want to quickly let you know, since you're just joining us, that if you can guess how many Botox vials are in this canister and you post it on my most latest Instagram post where I'm injecting, you can win a free lip augmentation. It will be our second lip aug given away today. We already announced the winner of the lip aug contest, so this is a second one that I feel very generous and I'm giving away. So thank you all for watching.
Hope you
Till
had
next
fun.
time.
Okay, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.